Hey, what's up, guys? It's been about 6 months since I last updated you guys on my Robinhood portfolio, but I'm back, and I do want to continue to upload content more consistently. I have a lot of ideas on my mind for videos, and different companies I want to talk about, and I have been researching that I would like to share with you guys, but that would be for later videos. For now, I just want to give you guys a quick update on my Robinhood portfolio. It's about 5x since the last video in about 6 months, so that's great. I've just been adding very consistently, and I'm very passionate about just growing this and seeing those dividends start coming in larger quantity. So let's get into the portfolio. So really quick, let's get into this. Last time I recorded my video was about 6 months ago. My portfolio value was at about 2,500. Right now it's at about 13,000. We've grown it very nicely, especially because I did add very heavily during the dip as we were going down and on the way up as the economy's slowly been recovering. I have been adding a little bit heavy into the market. That's why I'm up in the year about 8.19%, almost $1,000, which is great to be in the green. And let's start off with the first company, Microsoft. I did own this, I do believe, in my last portfolio update, but I've just been adding to it. I've been adding to it little by little, not too much either. I own about 7.25 shares. It's 11.34% of my portfolio. I have a very nice average cost of 161. I'm up a little over 26%, and this is a company I'm really excited about. This is one of the more growth-oriented stocks in my portfolio. The dividend is very low, but they have a nice compound annual growth rate in the about 10 to 11% range. So it's nice. Over time, they should continue to grow this dividend. The next stock is Home Depot. I bought this stock lump sum when they reported bad earnings. I believe it was Q4 of last year. And November 18th, 19th, it dropped to about 212, its lowest. I bought at 217 lump sum 4 shares, and I'm up almost 20% on this investment. I own a little over 4 shares, and the dividend's very nice. It's very nice. It's at $1.50 per share. It's about 2.5% of my portfolio, but the growth rate is really incredible, honestly. That the compound annual growth rate is about a little over 20%, so that's very exciting. Let's quickly move on to AT&T. I'm actually down on this position. I was adding heavy when they were going up to, and they peaked at 38 before this pandemic panned out. But I own 22.32 shares. I have an upcoming dividend for those shares of $11.61. I'm down 16.69%. It's a little over 5% of my portfolio. But I haven't been adding too much to it. But I do believe long term I should see the benefits of just holding. I'm not going to be adding anymore, but just holding. I do believe HBO Max will pay off. Hopefully they do start paying off that debt. And hopefully HBO Max does play out. I feel like they need to create other forms of revenue, and I feel like HBO Max will be a key player in this streaming environment we're in. The next stock is AbbVie. It's at 101 currently. I got in. I've been adding to it slowly. I'm up a little over 21%, which is great, even better than Microsoft. I own 8.15 shares. I have a nice upcoming dividend of $9.44. And I do want to add to this company, especially after they acquired Allergen. We should definitely see the benefits of that acquisition in future quarters as they report earnings. I own 5 shares of Starbucks. I'm currently flat on my position, and I do like the dividend. It's in the 2 to 3% range, but it has a nice growth rate, and I buy coffee a lot. I like Dunkin', I like Starbucks, but I do like Starbucks coffee a little bit more. And it's something I could relate to. It's a product that I do enjoy, and I do believe they have a lot of growth potential, especially outside of the United States, honestly. Okay. Next stock is Coca-Cola. I own 4.3 shares. It's a very small percentage of my portfolio, only about 1.5. I'm flat on this position, but I do believe I'm just going to be holding and maybe adding just a little bit to this company, just because I do prefer Pepsi over Coke, just because of that dividend growth rate is a little bit better, and just with the snacks portion of Pepsi is great. Is great because I feel like Coca-Cola doesn't have the same diversity that Pepsi has, because they're only a beverages company. The next company is General Dynamics. I recently got into this company. I got in at 145. I'm almost flat, just a little over 2% up. It's 4.63% of my portfolio. I have an upcoming dividend for them, and this is just a pure dividend play. They have a very high dividend safety score at 97. I want to keep adding to it because the compound annual growth rate is in between 8 to 10% range, and that's definitely very nice. Okay, the next stock is Realty Income. I believe I had a couple shares of this company in my last update, but I've been adding. I have 24.25 now. I receive about, let's check down here, about $5.60 a month. Have those dividends reinvesting themselves. So almost 11% of my portfolio. I'm up to 17.5%. And as long as Realty Income stays below 60, maybe up to 65, I will keep adding for sure, because I do love being paid monthly dividends. Next stock is SPHD, another monthly dividend paying ETF. I really like this company, and I do want to add more to it. Hopefully get this to 100 shares. I think this will be the company I get to 100 shares first of my portfolio. I am flat on this position. I don't mind, because I am receiving those nice dividends. I received $6.06 last year, and last month. Sorry for the 40 shares I own, and I'm gonna keep adding to it just because I love the safety of owning an ETF and being paid monthly at the same time, which is great. That's why I got into this ETF. Next company is Pepsi. I really do like this. This is one of my top 3 favorite companies in my portfolio. I own 8.81 shares. It's a little over 9% of my portfolio. I am relatively flat, only up about 2%. They recently reported earnings, and they did all right, not too bad. I'm just glad that they have this. They have Frito-Lay's, Doritos, their whole snacks section, and how they're starting to offer direct-to-consumer services, which is great, and their dividend is really nice, and the low threes, which is a great starting yield for such a good company. The next company is Procter & Gamble. I bought them lump sum at $113.50. It's 7.74% of my portfolio. I'm up 10.69%, and I just love owning this company. It has a low yield in the low twos, but I really don't mind, just because they offer safety. People are going to be buying their products always. They're always going to need personal care products, what they need for their home. And it's one of those sleep well at night stocks, as well as Pepsi. The next 2 companies are actually MasterCard and Visa. I'm going to put them together just because they are my more growth-oriented plays. I own 2 shares of MasterCard. I am only down 1.56%, but I do believe long-term in this company. The dividends right now are insignificant. They're less than 1% yearly, but over time, those dividends should keep on adding up. It's mostly about the growth for Visa and MasterCard. I'm flat on Visa as well, but it's mostly for the growth for these 2 companies. Next up, we have Main Street Capital. I am slightly down 5.63%, but they're a lending company. But as these businesses start to reopen the businesses that they lend to, as the economy starts to reopen, they should be able to fulfill their debt obligations, and so I'm not too worried. If they are affected, I believe it will be short term. I don't believe their dividend is in danger, and worst case scenario gets cut or suspended. I believe it will be temporary because they do have their investors in mind, and they reiterate that every time they report earnings. They pay monthly, and I do receive about $7.30, $7.32 every month, which is very nice. They actually pay me the most dividends. Next up and last company is Bank of Nova Scotia. I own 9 shares. I'm flat on this position, but the big six banks of Canada, I really like owning this, just because they've been paying dividends for such a long time. The banks in Canada are very heavily regulated, and because during the 08 financial crisis, all the big banks actually either increased or maintained their dividend. So I'm not too worried about their dividend being cut. Thanks for staying till the end. Make sure to subscribe and do leave a like. I do believe that's helpful for the YouTube algorithm, as everyone says here on YouTube. But stay tuned. I am going to be uploading more consistently. I'll see you guys.